Good morning, day 28. We're at Huppatz Hut there behind me. We're just about to leave. We've got our stuff lined up on the bench. We rolled in last night after dark, so I didn't do a video of the hut. I might just do one in a minute. It's still pretty dark, mind you. It's about 7:30 in the morning. There's quite a few storms and showers rolling through today, I think. So it could be a wet day. We're rugged up suitably. Alright, the plan is about 30 k's over to Smith's Hill today, so it shouldn't be too bad if the weather's not too bad, but the weather holds the key. Alright, I'll show you a bit of Huppatz Hut before we go. So, they were building that wind farm last time we came through here. It's finished now. Looks like there's plenty of wind up on the ridge. Huppatz has got a nice veranda overlooking the ridge, a couple of tanks, toilet. It's an old golf building, I think a golf shed, a clubhouse from one of the local golf courses. So got a nice open fire, plenty of bunks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably suits 7 or 8 in the bunks. We've had some storms come through, so it's not leaking that I can see. So it's fairly weatherproof too by the look of it, and it's fairly rodent proof. We didn't have any mice to worry about either. So, all in all, it was a good night. I had a bunk, Simone put a tent up on the floor here. It was all good. All right, we had a lady called Mandy staying with us last night. She was actually here before us. So she had the fire going when we got here, so that was very nice on a cold night. Okay. 7:15, and we're away. I think we're walking on the Tothill range today, mostly on the base of it, although we do camp on it tonight. It's actually not super cold. And the wind is the thing. I think the wind is going to be the thing all day, particularly if we get wet. When we get wet, it's not nif today, I think. Yeah, so I think I might have waffled on about it already, but this mountain range stretching along into the distance down now to the left of the camera is the Tothill range. We climbed over it yesterday in the dark over past those wind farms down to Huppatz. We're going to follow it now for all the way down to Marshalls, I think, pretty much, so for a couple of days. Don't very often walk on the range, but you cross the range a few times and you camp on the range. So the walking is actually pretty easy, well, relatively easy through here. We'll still do probably 500 metres, 600 metres of vert today, I guess. But it's not too hard. You're not walking up and down the range all day. You're more in the valleys on the side, from what I remember. There's cabbage to all this. I haven't done it this direction, and I haven't done it that much. It's been very pleasant since leaving the hut this morning. I've just been walking open farmland. It's actually not a bad light this morning. We head up near those grass trees soon. A lot greener than last time I was here. I was watching trucks driving on that road, kicking up dust. That lake looks like it's got water in it. There's a truck down there now. Yeah, last time they were kicking up dust. This time they'll be kicking up mud. Okay, we're out of that one. Heading to this fence line now. Turning up Tothill Belt Road for about 20 metres. So far so good with the weather. It poured with rain this morning before we left Huppatz. That's why we're a bit late going. But we've got a bit of service every now and then. Had a look at the radar. It looks like we're right for another hour or so. But really, it could hit at any time. It's like heavy, large hail and damaging winds. Storms and some of that. The birds aren't happy. Stopped under their tree. I don't know where they are. And the sun's come out for the first time all day. Well, the first time it's hit us. So now, if this lasts, some of these layers are going to have to come off pretty quick. I don't think it's going to last that long though. Nice spot for morning tea with a view. I'm not sure those chairs would quite support my bulk, but it is very nice as the local landowner to put them in. Well, we're climbing over our first gap of the day. Just had morning smoke, that's about 10. Had a look at the radar, had some service, had a look at the radar. Looks like we might be alright for a little bit longer. A lot of it's skirting below us. But we'll see. Well, we've dropped over to the, what side would it be, east side of the Tothill range for a while. We went over a pass or a gap, I'm not sure what the name of it is. We're heading down towards Webb Gap now. This is actually, I think this bit of the trail shared with the Lavender Trail. From memory. This road though that we're walking has been a bit feral, a bit slippery. I might be over the worst of it now. That rain started to sprinkle on us a bit, but we're still mostly good. So that's a bonus. Well, this is very pleasant compared to what we were in a while ago. It's still bitingly cold. We're still a bit damp. At least the sun's out. Probably about 6 k's to Smith's Hill. And then we'll see how we go for finding a tent spot up there out of this wind. I normally don't stealth camp on the Heysen, but tonight, if Smith's Hill's outrageous, the wind's meant to get stronger overnight. If Smith's Hill is too dodgy, we may have to drop off the hill somewhere. We're about 2 k's from Webb Gap. We're about to get very wet too, I think. There is one of those tiny little shelters at Webb Gap where you sit under the tank kind of catchment. But I don't think it's going to keep us dry on what's coming our way. this road we've been walking. It's not bad, this bit actually, but it's been very, very muddy and sticky. So it's been a bit harder because I've had about half a kilo of mud on my shoe. All that rain hit us. That's the Lavender Trail sign. It's been pissing down coming in sideways for the last 10 minutes. So this is where we joined the Lavender Trail. We're heading up to Webb Gap. So Terry Lavender was a guy that had a lot to do with the Heysen Trail. Well, we made it to Webb Gap. That's the camp in there. I might just run and grab some water. I don't think it's worth stopping at the moment. I'm just hiding behind a Stoby pole. I'll wait for Smokey to get here, and we drop down into that. Yeah, this camp, I remember it's been pretty slopey and rocky. Did find spots for a couple of tents though. Well, there's been a few trees down with that storm that came through just before we got to Webb Gap. We're camping at Smith's Hill tonight, which is up on top of a ridge, so promised to be a joyous experience in this weather. Oh, it's actually lightening up a bit though. Well, we just stopped for afternoon smoke out. It's about 2, I guess. The worst of those storms have gone through now. We've had a look at the radar. It's freezing cold. We're just packing up. Simone's just getting the gear ready. Simone's had a quilt on. A kilt. I keep saying it wrong. She keeps correcting me. So we've got about 8 k's to Smith's Hill camp. Hopefully we get up there before the next of the rain. It's looking a bit more promising now. Still bloody cold, that wind's strong. It's going to get stronger overnight, so I just had a look at willy weather. We've got a few cows up there. And we're in there, Paddy. Struggling to hold the camera still in the wind today. At least the rain stopped, thank God. We're only about just over a kilometre from Smith's Hill camp. I'm just going to climb up to it now. So yeah, and then get the tents up, get in and get warm. It's only about 3:30, I think. It's not particularly late. When this sun does hit you on days like this, it's very nice. We're almost up the top at camp. Nice little climb to finish the day, at least it's sunny. Alright, this is it for the day. I'm up at Smith's Hill camp. It's freezing up here. They're predicting 60k winds, gusts tonight, so we're tied down pretty well. There's been squalls coming through since we got here, so I haven't done any video. I'm just doing this and then I'm gonna jump in the tent and go to bed. We climbed about, well, according to Garmin, which is Simone's Garmin, we climbed about 900 metres and walked about 30 and a half kilometres from where were we? Huppatz Hut. I don't know, it seems a bit over the odds for the climbing, but the distance is about right. It was a fairly ordinary day of walking. It was pretty cold and windy and miserable, but the scenery was still nice, and I'd still rather be doing this than working, that's for sure. So we'll see what happens tomorrow for day 20. What am I up to? I don't know, day 29 I think tomorrow. I think today was 28. We've got a town in Mirabel where I think the cafe's open tomorrow, Marrabul, and then we're over to Marshall's Hut. All right, I will catch you in the morning for day 29. Take it easy.